there's a couple of things I want to bring up because when I explain people to you, I explain to them, I was like, you'll understand my friend Cari is a superhero. I'm like, she's rescuing dogs, she's rescuing monkeys, she's kicking down doors in volcano zones. Can you tell? Because I've heard these stories, but
Right.
I want people to be able to get a picture of what it's like for you. Can you talk about when there was a concern for the volcano eruption?
Sure.
Okay.
So, it would have been a couple years ago now, like over 3 years ago, I think. Mount Angoon is one of the largest active volcanoes in the world. It decided to start acting up a bit, and she was getting a little angry. It was years from the last time that she erupted, but it was evident that something was going on. Now, again, the science that goes behind all that, I don't know. But what I did know at the time was they're evacuating. And there was thousands upon thousands of people that were evacuating around that area. But many people in Indonesia, as you know, a lot of Asian countries are like, they ride those, the moped scooters, motorcycles. Well, when you have your belongings with you, maybe a couple of family members with you, your dog isn't coming. And so they were leaving their dogs behind. They were leaving the cats behind. A lot of livestock was left behind. But of course, my main focus was the dogs.
Yeah.
They were left there. And a lot of people didn't know when they could go back. There were like little camps that they could go to, little areas that they were able to kind of just camp out. And you couldn't take your animal with you, and not to get involved on any level with politics, at all. It's an unfortunate situation when you have that, but we see it here too. We see hurricanes and flooding that, when you go, and I'm not ever going to pass judgment on anybody who needs to make a quick decision when it comes to that. Especially when you literally have your whole life going with you on a scooter.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's not my place to judge that. But what was my place was I wanted to get up there and help out as much as I could. So we were in the 1 kilometer area, which is, the epicenter of, if it erupted, it would have been fast. That's all I could hope for. But there was thousands of dogs up there, and we also knew that we couldn't bring them all with us because Indonesia has a massive stray and street and wild dog population. A lot of the dogs, you could hear them off in the jungle,
Mm-hmm.
but you couldn't see them. You knew that they were there, but you couldn't see them. They weren't going to come to you. It would be like trying to get a coyote, to come to you and,
Mm-hmm.
jump on, come on, let's go. It's not going to happen. So what we were doing was street feeding up there and rescuing who we could. If there were dogs that already had maybe injuries that we knew if the volcano happened to erupt, that we knew that they weren't going to be able to run to safety. If there was pregnant ones locked in cages, things like that, that we, knew that if something were to happen, a lot of times somebody from the village was still there. Bless their hearts for being that, person who was still there while the rest of the village was gone. But we were able to work in teams and, be spread out throughout the volcano areas and, try to help as many as we could. Some people came to us and said, please take my dogs while we are evacuated.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to get them to safety and, pretty much have them with us, and it was fine. We were happy to.
Mm-hmm.
The owners were crying and tearful, but they knew that was the only way that they were going to be able to get them to safety at the time.